like a soldier. I keep on moving forward, always getting closer.
Hello friends and allies, and welcome to my duo hunting video in Summer Court. Here I recommend you start in 350 between 400, and the requirement to enter is Dream Court Quest Mission 7 Keys and the Threatened Dream Quest. So let's take a look on Fearful and Fearless. The level of the characters is 474 and 510, and it's the following skills with equipment 117 and 141. And for the sake of the video, we decided to not use any prey or charms, and this is if you go here for your first time, you won't have any charms, and therefore the hunt analyzer will show how long time it takes for us to finish the charms. Let's take a look on the abilities and weakness of the monsters. The elves deal melee and fire damage, and they are weak to physical and ice. The ones to the right, they deal energy and death, and they are neutral to our damage, which we will deal. By knowing the monster's abilities, we can also suggest what equipment you should wear. So in this spawn, you're gonna focus on dealing as much ice damage as possible, and you should focus on melee and fire protection. So guys, I know most of you don't have the same equipment as we do, but I think it's totally okay, because the elemental imbuements are so effective in here. So if you have an ornate chestplate, just imbue it with fire protection. If you have a gnome shield, just imbue it with fire protection, and you will be absolutely fine. And you can also add a prismatic ring instead to the EK. And this is practically what you want to do in every spawn. You want to start safe with much defense as possible, and when you start feeling more comfortable with the spawn, you should move toward more damage as possible to make the spawn easier and increase the exp. So let's take a look on the hunt analyzer to the left. In this spawn we gain 3.4 KKXP an hour on 100%. And when you're done with the sirens in this spawn, after 17 hours, you should move towards the winter court. And here you will have the possibility to finish the spider and the other monster. Let's talk about prey and charm. When you have a place where there are several monsters, there are less worth to have a prey actually. So if you take a look on Geyser Spectre and Lava Lurker, it's really worth to fix the prey in here, because it gives so much. So take a look in here. So if you use XP prey on Rearguard and Vanguard, it's gonna give you 1.5 KKXP in 2 hours, or 1.3 KKXP in total. So is it worth it? I would say no, but that's up to you. And if we take a look on the charm, I will be using the following charms. So let's take a look on the path we're gonna take. Just now we just finished our first lap, and we're gonna go from the beginning. So the EK will run to the right and grab all the monsters, and the ED will run to the spot pretty much directly. And here the EK are dragging the monsters slowly, and the tips is to stand there for a while, so you see that the monsters get through. And then you should take the wave spot, and the ED is using tree walls. After the pull, the ED run to the right, and the EK run up to the Xana Europe spot, and then the EK start pulling the monsters towards the ED. And here as well, the EK should be avalanching the whole time, and the ED are running around with the monsters a little bit to damage them. And then you take the wave spot again with tree walls. So for supplies, the ED should not forget to bring some tree walls. And this is actually one of the reasons the spawns is really fun. It's kinda challenging to always get to the right spot. In this area, the EK should run faster than the ED. And then right there, you slow down so the monster doesn't get back to the ED and drag them with them. And then it's important when you stand a little bit to the south here, so the ED has a possibility to get by. And we fix it perfectly, but then unfortunately the ED takes some steps, but we easily fix it with a magic wall. And for the next spot, the ED should be running before the EK. And here we failed because I start running, I don't really know why, but the ED should be first, and I should be dragging the monsters with me. And that's why we get a little bit smaller spawn at this spot. And it's important that the EK is always exiting. And now we're gonna go through the portal, and that's the reason why you need the 7 keys. And as you see here, I'm starting directly to drag the monsters with me and letting the ED get first to the spot. And at this spot we're gonna shoot 2 tree walls, and the EK should take the wave position. And for the next spot, it's not really something special, so we will just skim through it. For the next spot, the ED is going north and down, and I'm going south and down. And then we're gonna drag the monsters with you to our next spot. And here the ED will be running south into the west room and dragging the monsters, and then letting them go on with me. And here the ED gonna shoot 3 tree walls, and it's important that we use the last one right there, so the monsters get pulled back on me right there. So, and we're about to get to our last spot. And now you have finished the whole lap. And the reason that you need to take such a big lap is because they are actually respawning for us inside of the spawn. For supplies, the EK should bring some magma amulet, but otherwise he brings the standard thing of mana pot, HP pot, and avalanches. And the ED shouldn't forget his tree walls, but otherwise he's just going avalanches and manas, and he doesn't need that much avalanches in this spawn, since he will be waving a lot. So let's wrap things up, and today I want to incorporate something new into my videos, which I want to incorporate to all my videos, and I'm gonna call it the rant. And it's me either complaining about the spawn, or it's always gonna be me complaining about the spawn in some way. But I also want to bring up the good things, so let's start. The good thing about this spawn is the charms. You can stay here for up to 17 hours and gain charms, and you will really have a new spawn to play. And even if it's not worth for the exp, it's gonna be worth to finish the charms. And it's also good because it's really challenging. I think that you have a lot of possibilities to improve the XP in this spawn, so the more you learn about the spawn, the better XP you will gain. And on my server, it's always free. So let's start about saying something negative about the spawn. I really dislike selling the loot here. It's so many different items, so it's really annoying to sell. And for the praise, if you go skeletons or falcons, you will get 2 praise, and it's really nice. Here it's not really worth to have prey, because it's so many different monsters in my opinion, which makes it not worth. And that's my rant. And that is it for me, guys, today. If you did like the video, please consider slapping a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next video.